Let's take a look at the chart action for Bitcoin. All right, so we'll start with the 4 hour time frame and then we'll kind of zoom out and go from there. I'm kind of half bullish, maybe not half, maybe like 25% bearish, 75% bullish. But right now in the 4 hour time frame, we have resistance right here, resistance right here, and resistance right here. I was watching this downtrend and we broke that downtrend going to the upside. What I'm looking at right now is we have resistance, a resistance zone, something like that. I drew these purple boxes because this is the top, this is the bottom, and then we have another one right here, the top and the bottom, and then the top and the bottom. So what I'm looking at right now is if we could break out of this zone right here, I'll be targeting the top of this zone up here, which is at around 66,871. It looks like we got some resistance right there, but I do think the fact that we broke out of this trend line and that we broke out of this resistance zone pretty cleanly, like we got a nice little move, like now we're in this zone. It does look like we have some good momentum is what I'm trying to say. And I think if we keep that momentum up, I think we can be able to break out of this one and possibly target this area up here. All right, let's zoom out and take a look at the daily time frame. Okay, so I deleted some of that stuff and here's what I had been watching in general. We had resistance, 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 support, support, and I was watching this channel pattern going to the upside and we actually broke out right here. What I was doing is targeting from the top to the bottom of this channel, something like this, and then we dragged that to the breakout. So what I was looking at is a target of approximately 74,000. If we zoom in a little bit, we're still in daily time frame, but we had an uptrend going something like this. Let's do a trend line with these support levels going like that, and we actually broke that trend line going to the downside right here. We also broke this 9 moving average to the downside, and this kind of faked me out. I was kind of, or I don't know, this made me, those two things kind of gave me two signals to say that we might be getting a correction. It does look like we are back above the 9 moving average. You could see the 9 moving average coming in here, this blue line. We broke below it right here. We were below it for a couple days, and right now we broke above it. I'm kind of curious if we're going to stay above it and start pushing up and start testing this previous resistance line right there. I do like the fact that we broke above it though. I did get worried when we broke below it and then we closed below it and then we got another red candle. I was kind of thinking that we might be coming down, and so what I did is I did some Fibonacci retracement levels from the bottom of this trend to the top of this trend, and right now I do have some limit orders sitting at the 38% level and the 50% level. The 50% level is 53,884 and the 38% level is 56,968. Sometimes I like to do the limit orders a little bit above the Fibonacci levels just to be sure. You can see that we have a support zone right here, and then we also got a little bit of support right here. This is that 38% level and this is the 50% level. That's another reason why I'm kind of watching these levels as well. They are lining up with previous support levels. I took a little bit of profits, but I still have most of my positions sitting in Bitcoin. But I just wanted to put some limit orders down here and here in case we did start to go down. Maybe we get a bounce. I mean, if we start to break into this trend line again, we could even maybe come down here. But those are the kind of the levels that I was watching if we start to break to the downside. I think until we break out of this box right here, or until we break this previous high, then I'm not still 100% sure, and I'll keep this Fibonacci retracement box set up. I'm going to continue to watch these levels, and I'm going to keep my limit orders in just in case. I really want to do a video on how I allocate my money between trading, holding, and staking, because most of my money is in just cold storage, and then some of my money is in trading, and then I'm doing a little bit of staking too. So have a little bit of mixture. So when I say that I took profits, it's just pretty much a small amount, and even in my trading, it's a small amount within my trading. So yeah, I'm still not sure. Hopefully we can hit, well, I don't know. I just would still like to continue to go up, but just in case we come down, I have some limit orders set just in case. Like I was talking about though, we have this big channel pattern and we broke it to the upside. If you look here, we actually got support on that trend line right here. So that's another bullish signal as well. I mean, this bounce right here almost seems like a confirmation. I am, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. I am more like 75%. But this could also be a head and shoulders. we're gonna have to wait and see. We have this, like I was talking about in the beginning. Let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. We broke out of this zone here, which I do like. Now we're in this zone right here. What I want to see us do is break out of this zone and come into this zone and start retesting this high and actually break out of there. Then that'll be another bullish confirmation pretty much that we can start looking at that 74,000 level, or be more confident in it, should I say. Okay, so if we jump over the total crypto market cap, here's what I've been looking at. We had this cup and handle pattern. I was dragging from the top to the bottom of the cup and handle, dragging that to the breakout, and we were looking at a target of approximately 3 trillion. We had an uptrend going like this, and we broke that, kind of going sideways, similar to Bitcoin. So what I did is I got rid of that trend line and I put a new trend line up of resistance, support right here, and support right here. This trend line's a little bit more sideways, or it's not as steep, should I say, but we're still on an uptrend on this trend line, getting support on it, and I'm still targeting that 3 trillion. We're not getting like an amazing crazy breakout, but it is steadily going to the upside, and I'm still looking at this target up here at around 3 trillion. As long as we can continue on this uptrend, then I think we should be targeting this level up here. I don't know. In general, I'll be watching this uptrend. If we close below it and start getting more candles going below it, going to the downside, then you can kind of say that we're going in a downtrend. But if we just come down below it and we're just down there for the day and we come back up, then it's not, I don't know, it's not really too much to worry about. So yeah, with these trend lines, you want to kind of look for confirmation. If it comes down below it, gets a close on it, and then the next day it closes on it as well, and then the next day, kind of like what Bitcoin was doing. That's why I was saying that, let's go back to Bitcoin. That's why I was saying over here, we broke below the 9 moving average, we closed below that candle, and then we closed below it again, got another red candle and started moving down. I was thinking that we were starting to be bearish after we broke this Fibonacci red line too. So I did take some profits down here, and then I had to buy back over here. So once again, it's better to not even take profits some of the time. That's why I like doing most of my money, or that's why I like doing most of my position in just buying and holding. And a lot of the times when I'm taking profits, what I do is I'll get the profits, buy Bitcoin, and then put them in the ledger, or buy Ethereum, whatever. Either buy Ethereum or Bitcoin usually. I'm mostly stacking those two. On the flip side though, or the devil's advocate, if we would have kept moving to the downside, that would have been a nice trade. I could have started buying back at these levels here and made some more Bitcoin. Sold here, bought here. Make Bitcoin pretty much. So yeah, that's kind of the risk about selling your Bitcoin. In my opinion, sometimes I think it's more risky to sell your Bitcoin than it is to buy it. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, if we go back to the 4-hour time frame, like I said, I think we have a zone right here. We have a zone right here. Where was it? Maybe something right here. And then another one down here that we broke out of just now, pretty much. I do like the way the momentum is moving to the upside though. It does look pretty nice. If we go to the 4-hour time frame, we're on, now that we're on the 4-hour time frame, you could see this 9 moving average as well. We broke below it right here. We're getting resistance, resistance, resistance. We broke above it right here. Breaking above it, that's a good like to buy signal pretty much, and now we'll watch for it to break below it. And if you wanted to take that trade to that trade, or wherever it goes to, I'm not sure how far it'll move on this 4-hour moving average, that's one way to go about it. But I also like doing it on the daily time frame, and that's why when we broke right here and kept below it, I took profits, because that's kind of like a rule of mine. I'm trying to come up with these rules that I do for buying and holding, buying and selling. So if we break above a 9 moving average on the daily time frame, that's a buy signal in my opinion. And then when we break below it, that's a take profits or get at least skeptical signal in my opinion. But we broke back above it, so I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see if we can close above this. Let's see if we can close above this daily 9 moving average, and then the next day get one as well. I think right now it's moving so crazy though, so we're wanting to look at maybe the smaller time frames too. I've been watching even the hourly time frame, but I think the 4-hour time frame is better. This looks pretty solid right here. We had this downtrend like this. We broke that to the upside. Now it looks like these zones right here look pretty solid on this time frame as well. You can just kind of see them pretty clearly. And this 4-hour time frame, this 4-hour 9 moving average right here, you can see it pretty clearly as well. Sometimes it just goes in and out of it, in and out of it. But right here it's pretty clear. We broke below it, and then now we broke above it. So maybe keep your eye on this 4-hour time frame, 9 moving average. That's what I do in my opinion. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. My next video probably gonna be on Ethereum, so click this video right here, should be there in the future. All right, you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Make sure to hit like if you like this video.